Greetings, coaches. Welcome back to Bigs Rule the World. This is Coach Allen. We're going to get right into it. We got an exciting episode for you. We're going to delve more into adaptations of power and how you can get there. Before we get started, coaches, I just want to say, we had some good comments on our last video, some bad comments. If you ever have a problem, you ever disagree with how we're blocking something here, how we got something drawn up, I have experience coaching. I might be young. I have 10 years experience coaching high school football, 1 year coaching semi-pro football. I've been a head coach, been a JV coach, been a varsity coach. There are guys with plenty more experience than me, and I'd love to get talking. So if you have a comment, if you have a question about how we're blocking something, leave a comment down in the links below. If you have a disagreement, I'm going to talk about this really quickly. One of the guys who commented really quickly, I wish it would have elaborated more on one of the Facebook groups our video got posted on. Said we were blocking counter scheme out of power. Now, again, I don't profess to be an I person, like I formation. I ran it when I was in school, and we ran wing T plays out of I. But I don't profess to be an I person, per se. So I'm going to give us or you know what? We get this many in the box. Only is full look. Okay. So the scheme we had going on previously in our last video, we're having a double team right here, the backside, block back, boom, run, dip, rip, and probably cut off. I'm going to guess this outside linebacker is going to be pulled out here by a slot receiver, so he's almost going to be non-existent in the picture. Okay? We had the fullback kicking, the guard wrapping, because when I went to study it, that's what we had as power. Okay? The whole issue there being really who is going to be first, your fullback or your guard. Okay? And what I saw as counter stepping, okay, for the counter, we had to have the guard. Let's say we do the same type of down, down, down thing right here. Except now we're going to have this guard kick. And the fullback, when we get the cross, bang, bang. And I guys might be more. Got to make sure I have that tight end going down to play my linebacker. Okay, if we're in a true I personnel. Now, I think you got to have that guard kick on counter just to give your fullback time to get there. I don't think you're going to give much of a false step here if that fullback's not taking a cut step as well. But that's me. I'm not a big I formation person, even though we played out of it. I think counter is the great complement play, though, when it comes to power, and that's what we're talking about tonight, is complement plays to power and how you sort of develop it. So the counter play is meant to get those backers going with the flow of the tailback, and after they've been hit with power, 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 you come back with the same blocking type to go the opposite way and to get them flowing. I think after you've been hit with power, power, power all the time, over and over and over, and then you hit them with counter, it's some good stuff right there. I'll talk about this very briefly because I have a whole episode coming up next week, just analyzing what North Dakota State does. Okay. Let's get a little North Dakota State action here. Let's say they give us true 4-4. But he'll be right here. Okay. So let's say North Dakota State gives us that. Okay. I don't know if they truly played too high safety against North Dakota State. You're probably walking down some more people. But we'll play around with it a little bit. And they started running it without the pulling of the guards to really almost get that A-gap look. Okay, so you get that. If you want to get into the A-gap power stuff, you know, we have a kick, have a lead through right there, then play side guard back to here, bang, bang, double right there. You have some interesting A-gap power concepts that North Dakota State runs. But what I love that they do is they're using this other back. They're not, you know, we talked about it before that Power has a double team at the point of attack. Power has, you know, a kick out on the man at the end of the line of scrimmage, and Power has a lead through. So then by using double fullbacks, okay, we'll give it a power eye look and just sort of give you how it would look, okay, if we go wide power. Let's do 4-3. Okay, I'm just drawing up a defense against them. We'll play around with it a little bit. So if we're getting this double team at the point of attack here, so we're going down right here to disappear to backside backer. Now we can fan back. Really, you can send this tight end down here, have the kick, have the lead through, and there we go. And this outside safety linebacker corner gets lost in the wash. Okay? That's some good stuff, really. And that's just ways that you're getting that double team with the point of attack, that kick out, and that lead through, whether or not you're doing it with a guard or not. Now, something that's become really popular is what we call the G series, or most people would call one back power. Okay. So I showed some. We'll show that 10 personnel here. Start. Let's do a 42 look. Okay. So we're going to lose that follow through unless we do it with the quarterback, and I'll show it both ways in a second. So if we run a regular, what I would call 26G, run to the right side, kick out. You're here, and you say, well, we got this one tackle blocking these two guys. What we would always do out of it, and you can check out some of my videos where I've talked about one simple blocking scheme. We're going to read this backside end right here. We're going to cut him off. We're going to take a hard right foot step. If this end tries to slam across our face right here, we'll take him. But most of the time, I'm trying to angle up to cut off that linebacker. I get the quarterback to read defensive end's flow. If he's flowing with the play, we're going to pull it and go. Okay, and that's sort of our power read with the backside read. Now, I've also seen power read done probably more traditional way. So you have a 4-3 right there. Okay. I'd probably fan back right here if I'm going to do it this way. Okay. Or bring an H into the game to help you out. Now they're going to read this defensive end for a sign. And if he's going in, tailback's going to pull, and he's got the outside, or tailback's going to take, He's got the outside track. The end goes with the tailback. The quarterback now pulls and falls behind that pulling guard, sort of a more power read play. Now, going back to our G series. I showed you 26G. You also have from the counter version, okay, this is what we call Super G. It gives you more of a traditional power look. And I ran it, guys, and I didn't have a traditional running quarterback. I'm not going to call him slow, but he got 800 yards rushing for us last year, but he's more of a traditional drop back passer. Okay, bang, bang, or we could really just fan that end out and make sure now that he isn't screaming down the line. But now we have a lead through. Now we're following. We can really now send that double team to the backside backer, okay? Because that tailback or the F-back, whatever you want to call it, now has play side backer. And then we can stick our backside tackle, fan block in the backside end. Okay, so that gives you more of that true power look where you have that down block, the kick, and the lead through. Okay, now if we go 16G. We're going to hold that backside in by giving him the tailback cross in his face. This tailback sort of taking sort of a flat track right there. He's making it look like we're running 25. The guard, I've got it drawn up too deep here. Just to give you more of an idea, this is a flat kick out bucket. Flat kick out right there. It is not a bucket step. We'll talk more about the finer details in our next episode. But this is how we would run 16G or our quarterback counter. You can run that stuff out of 20 personnel. You can run it out of 10 personnel. I loved it right here out of 10 personnel. Speaking of 20, how we would do 20. Okay, we ran this a lot in 18. So generally, we would have a drop down here to give me sort of an under look. Okay. I like to kick right here, send in the backside, wrap with the H. And now I'm running what we call dart, but really it's just power. It's a GT counter, but we're using our H-back to come through as that tackle. And now we go, because GT counter really uses the same old school power rules, where we have down block, kick, and a wrap. Okay? And one I forgot out of 10 that we did. We could also run, this is what I call the beauty of our G scheme, and I'll talk about it in a sec. This is what we call 26 cutback G. So, you know, the traditional trajectory here is for defense, let's say, draw a 3-3. This generally this linebacker, okay, if he's not reading this guard, okay, if they have him on some type of cross keys, if we have a 3-5, okay, they'll be taken out by slots. But generally they're cross keyed, okay? We teach cross keys to our defense right here, bang, bang. Outside linebacker, quarterback, outside linebacker, tailback, okay? If you're away from me, I'm going to cross key. I never played linebacker, but, you know, when we first started out coaching, way back in 2010, we ran a 3-5, and I learned the cross keys pretty easily. Okay, made sense to me because he's coming cross space. Well, it's actually funny. My time coaching in Buckingham, so we're going to tip and rip. My time coaching in Buckingham, we actually had teams think that our tailbacks just had great vision. But we taught 2 steps, take the handoff, crossover, and now we're falling back on sort of a counter trajectory, 26 cutback G. So what was the beauty of the G series, or the one-back power series, okay, for our offensive linemen? 25, 26, 15, 16. If I put an F back in there, I want him to get the ball, 35 to 36. That's a G, not a 6 there. All my linemen had to know was 5 or 6 in G. And they knew how to do it. When Dart came in, we're still blocking the same, only the play side double team, and now instead of going to play side backer, is going to middle or backside backer. Okay? I think there are a lot of things that you can get into in the development of power. The power read, whether you want the backside read or the play side read, counter. I'm a big fan of one back power, always will be. I think it's God's play out of the spread. I just think it's a great play. I think you have a lot of adaptations I think you should take a look at. Now, next time, we're going to try to delve into deeper on how you coach each individual technique. So I may have given you the X's and O's right here. The X's and O's are pretty simple, pretty basic, but we want to delve into how we're coaching and how we're teaching each concept, whether it's out of the one back or out of a 21 or 20 personnel look, okay? So remember this, coaches, if you want to score big, you want to win games, you got to dominate the trenches, and do that, you got to know that bigs rule the world. Thank you, coaches. I will see you next time as we talk about the finer points of running power.